Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, coming to you live from the Greatness Factory this week. Every week I come into your life really with an objective to do three things. I want to multiply your life. I want to multiply your money. I want to multiply your relationships. I want to multiply your impact. So this month I'm teaching a concept from a new book that I'm writing called Single Digit Millionaire. And it's about how to get your net worth, your personal net worth, up between $1 and $10 million, because we can't become double-digit millionaires until we first become single-digit millionaires. So today on Super Coach, I'm going to show you how to get your revenue up through the Monster Growth System, how to build a primary skill that the world will compensate you for, right? And how to market that skill, how to create excess cash that you can store away and then reinvest, whether it be real estate, whether it be something else. Today, how to get your net worth up. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you're watching Super Coach.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Hey guys, welcome back to Super Coach. Download this podcast and get this podcast every single week on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. Are we up on Spotify yet, Jack? Not yet? Getting up on Spotify soon. Every week I come into your life, multiply. That's what a good coach should do. Accelerate. I know they asked Robert Greene, who wrote the book Mastery, if there was one concept, one thing that would speed up mastery. And I thought his response was so interesting. He said, if you're asking the question, you're probably not interested in mastery, number one. But number two, if there was one path to mastery faster, it was who was mentoring you. Who is coaching you matters, guys. That's a big concept I really want you to get in your brain. Who's coaching you matters. Today we're going to talk about how to get your net worth up, how to drive up your net worth. And one of the biggest things I've been talking about this month in Monster Producer, my coaching program, is this concept of Single Digit Millionaire, because it's a book that I'm writing about how to get your net worth up to between $1 and $10 million. Now, you can do this, but the very first thing you got to understand is you have to get back to having this total focus on revenue production. You got to have a total focus on every day. We have got to get our revenue up. We got to earn more money. We got to generate more money. And the way we generate more money is through working the Monster Growth System. Doesn't matter how you feel. Doesn't matter how you woke up. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like it today. You don't want to be in a static state. You want to be in a dynamic state. And the way you create a dynamic energy is you change your state. You get moving. You get circulating. So when you're thinking about this concept of how to get our net worth up, we first have to earn more income. We got to produce more income. And all of the income and opportunity that you're looking for is in your network. You have access to it. It's just a matter of you connecting to those people at a higher frequency, being more cognizant and aware. And it's really a question of you eliminating your considerations, which are internal thoughts that prohibit external actions. You don't want to ask people because you don't want to seem pushy. You don't want to follow up 7 touches. You have some type of preconceived notion about something. So for you, the way we get our revenue up in our coaching program, Monster Producer, is we go to work on the selling system, the Monster Growth System. And what that means is every day we're going to devote a minimum of 2 hours, maybe more, to nothing but new money generation. We're going to come into the day with a hit list of people. These are people that we're going to present ideas to. We're going to come into the day with a farm club of people that have indicated interest, but we haven't closed. We're going to keep presenting ideas. Then we're going to have a top 25 of people we're working to try to open doors and connect through optimization. Then we're going to be planning events where we're pushing people to. Like all of this is part of one system of growth. Okay? Now, let me give an example. Right now we're running a special in my coaching program of we give you 1 free month of Monster Producer as a trial. Now, I went to this because I was looking at BombBomb, I was looking at some other things. I was looking at GoDaddy, and they give you a trial, a free trial. And I'm like, we should be giving people a free trial. So I came in today to the office and I said, anybody who's interested in our services, anybody who's looking at being a monster producer, we're going to give them a month free trial. Now, some people have already seen enough to make a decision. They don't need a month free trial. But if a person is on the fence, you go to them and you say, it costs you nothing. Come be coached by Coach Burt for a month. At the end of the month, if it's working for you, we'll put you into a one-year agreement, right? We're going to give you a free trial. That's just another tactic. It's another strategy to open up the door, give my sales team ability to go back. So for you, if you're not working a selling system, you're not going to get your revenue up. If you don't get your revenue up, you don't have any money to pay everything and then have excess cash at the end of every month that you can then put into building your net worth, put into buying real estate, put into reinvestment. And people ask me, when you make money, where should you put it? First place you should put it is in you. Reinvestment in you. Reinvestment in learning a hard skill set, which we're going to talk about in segment number 2. Reinvestment in making yourself better. Then you should put it into your business. Hiring more people, doing more marketing, pushing out a message harder. Then you should put it into a secondary or third form, which could be real estate for you. For me, it is purchasing real estate that I can do events at because of my concept of intentional congruence, where every part of my life is feeding every part of my life. Now, so for you, I would ask you this question. I'm going to go through Paul Martin Van Neville, Jesse Cole, Dorinda Searcy, Leo Martinez, Jewel Armstrong, Austin Swayze. Austin jumped on up in Monster Producer. He ain't playing around. Time to get serious, boys and girls. So question number 1, are you working a selling system 2 hours a day to get your revenue up? Did you come in today with a hit list of people that you're presenting an idea to? Do you have a tactic or strategy to get people off the fence that are sitting in your farm club that gives them a new reason to come back and jump in? Are you working your top 25? So here's a challenge I would tell you. Write down 5 feeder systems of networks you need to be associated with, groups you need to be involved in, or 5 people who can open doors for you. Write down 5 relationships you need to optimize right now. 5 relationships of people that if you just went deeper and did a better job, Andy Garrison, of just getting to know more people, and you can ask them this question, who else do we need to be connected to? If I've helped you get to a better place, who else do we need to help to, okay? Then I want you to write down 5 influencers you need to connect to. 5 key influencers that you can connect to that will open new doors for you, okay? So when you're thinking about this concept, I really want you thinking, guys, the first step to get my revenue up is I got to sell something. I got to get back. And I lost my focus in June, guys. I lost my focus on revenue production. And we had a terrible sales month because I wasn't focused and focusing my troops and everybody on customer, on optimization and connections and getting on stages and getting in front of people. Okay? And then I'm like, I ain't doing it no more. I'm waking up, okay? I ain't doing it. That's what I said. So we come back in segment number 2. We're going to talk about an important part of getting your revenue up. And that is the development of a hard skill. That is the development of a hard skill where people would pay you more money for that skill, okay? You're watching Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt, live at the Greatness Factory. If you're watching and you want to take advantage of that 1 free month Monster Producer Trial, just click on there right now. Dan Exline, free trial is a great idea. Get in there right now and say, I'm in. And Lakin Hibden and Eric White will jump on here and get you your free month and get you up and get you started because, Logan, we got to get our revenue up. We got to optimize our connections. We got to go after the influencers. We got to get on bigger stages. We got to push harder. You're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Michael Burt. How many people, it's the very first time they've been to the lodge? Raise your hand if you've been the first time. Okay, did I make a good decision buying this place or what? So Swag is this book that I wrote many years ago that some believe is the best book that I've ever written. And I believe that because it touches a universal chord with people. Confidence is the one thing that affects everything. It's your greatest asset or it's your greatest liability. I believe if you really understand what it is, how to build it, how to maintain it, how to protect it, how to get it back once you've lost it, that this one thing can change everything for you. So this afternoon I spent 3 hours teaching these people what is it, how to build it, how to maintain it, how to protect it, how to get it back once you've lost it. That is swag. Sometimes you just got to get your swag back. confidence is me distributing my talents to you and you giving me feedback, right? In the form of love, recognition. One of the best ways you can ever compliment me is referrals, just like everybody, right? Referrals is my love language. Welcome back to Super Coach. A little mid-afternoon energy boost brought to you by the good folks at Holtze Health and Wellness. Get on down and see Doc Holtze like 31,000 people have, like old Coach Burt has. Went down there to get my mojo running. People ask me where all my energy comes from. Comes from all those vitamin packs Doc Holtze's got me on. Here's what I would tell you. A few weeks ago, I literally think I either had strep throat or bronchitis. But nobody on my team even knew it. Nobody knew it because I just kept fighting through it. It didn't even slow me down. I can only attribute that to getting in better shape. My trainer, Jorge, where you at? Come over and get in the video for a second. My trainer, Jorge, is getting me in better shape. Doc Holtze out in Houston, Texas. Okay? That way, when you have bronchitis, get in here where I can see you. Can you see this big guy right here? This guy right here is working me out every day. These muscles right there, right? Because we got to get our revenue up. Okay? We got to get tougher. We got to get tougher. We got to get monster muscles, Dusty Wilkerson, Jesse Cole. We got to get out there and we got to produce some revenue, okay? So I want to thank Doc Holtze out in Houston, Texas. We're doing lots of stuff out there for the energy, for keeping my body in great shape. If you're going to do big things in the world, guys, you got to have energy. Can't be getting tired in afternoons when you need to be finding second gear. You can't be getting tired in the second half of the year. I used to tell my basketball players that who controls the first 2 minutes of the second half is going to win this ball game. It's that simple. Who controls the first 2 minutes of the second half is going to win the game. So it's the second half for you. Okay? So if you're out there today, you're watching how to get your net worth up, the first thing you got to do is you can't get your net worth up if you don't have any energy. If you're not producing something valuable, if you're not pushing hard enough in the work, if you're getting tired every afternoon, because we got to go out and we got to sell something. Listen, money changes hands when problems are solved. The bigger the problem, the more money people pay to solve it. Now, let's talk about in this segment how to find a hard skill. I believe that most people do not know what their hard skill is, their primary skill of which they're being compensated for, okay? So, Jake Young, I want you to think about this. When you're thinking about a primary hard skill, I want you thinking about a skill that you have that has been refined over time, that solves a singular problem for someone, and how you can be compensated, and who would compensate you at the highest level for that skill. It's one thing to have a skill and get compensated at a low level. It's another thing to have a skill and get compensated at a high level. Now, let me give you an example. I've been watching some Steve Sims stuff this weekend. Really the first time I've ever dug into Steve Sims stuff, mainly because my bud Bradley really likes him. And Steve Sims has a very specific hard skill set. He opens doors and creates opportunity for people. They call him the Wizard of Oz. So if you want to do something cool or unique, something that other people have not done, that he is the guy you call. That's a hard skill. That's a hard skill. So you got to ask yourself, if you're going to produce at the highest levels, what is your hard skill? What's your primary skill? And what problem does that solve for people? See, my very first hard skill was for 7 years studying under Dr. Stephen Covey and learning the whole person theory, how to tap into the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit of a person. That helped me build a competitive intelligence in my team. That helped me to win championships. That helped me to go out into the world and create formulas and strategies by first understanding the whole person theory. Your hard skill may be selling. It may be connecting to people at a very high level. It may be taking complicated stuff and making it simple. But we first have to find this hard skill. And we have to ask ourselves, what is our hard skill? What's our primary hard skill? 2, who would compensate us for this skill? Because when you build a unique skill set and you become known or a person of interest in that space, you're going to begin to build demand for that skill. There's going to be people out there who are interested in knowing what you know, having what you have, producing what you produce. They're going to be interested in this concept of producing at a high level. Okay? You may start selling the recipe versus baking the cake. Okay? Because people want to know what it is you've got. But number one, you got to have a hard skill. So I'd be interested in knowing what is your hard skill, because if you don't know it, there's no way to get your revenue up. A salesperson working in a company that's trying to get their revenue up is not going to unless they develop a hard skill, solving problems, communicating at a higher frequency, negotiating, power networking. These are hard skills that you're going to need. Then you got to think, how do I take my hard skill and solve a problem for it? Who would compensate me for this hard skill? Now, let me finish the show with this concept. Number one, I want to make that offer again. If you're not in Monster Producer, either in person or online, I'm giving you the ability to try Monster Producer for 1 month for free. You get everything every Monster Producer does. It's a free month's trial. If you're interested, just say, I'm in. Lake and Hibden will be on here. She can get you enrolled and get you signed up and get you excited. I got to push this out because I believe so much in it, okay? Number two, I'm doing Turn Your Managers into Coaches this month. Friday the 19th. It's going to be a great session. If you're a manager and you want to get your people producing at a high level, I think managers should be money makers. Turn your managers into money makers, and I'm going to show you how to turn your people into profit centers. Now, let's finish the show today with this concept. Once I start generating revenue from my hard skill, and I'm making sales, and I'm producing revenue, I'm going to pay myself 33%. I'm going to pay my expenses or overhead 33%. I'm going to pay my payroll 33%. Then hopefully I got money left over. And I can take that money, okay? I can take that money and I can reinvest it in something, okay? Uh-oh, somebody sold something. Good job. What'd you sell, Lakin? Come over here. Come over here. Is it a free trial? A real one? All right. Y'all give her a hand right there. Come on.
It's the real Monster Producer.
Okay, real Monster Producer here, right? Lake and Hibden. She can get you signed up, guys, if you're serious about playing at a higher frequency. This girl's gotten a whole lot serious about playing a high frequency.
Let's go.
Right? Okay, now, here's my point. Here's my point, okay? A business is not a good business unless it has excess cash at the end of every month that you can then reinvest in something. What did I say you should reinvest it in? Patrick Miller, John Dalton, Jake Young, Dusty Wilkerson, first in yourself. I paid $12,000 a few weeks ago to go get a skill set I didn't have, to go learn something I didn't know, okay? Then you need to reinvest it in your marketing, people, okay? Then you need to reinvest it in something. I personally reinvest in unique destination properties around the country that I can use to get people to and make more money with. I can own the real estate. I get the depreciation of the real estate. I get them paying my real estate down through renters, and then I use it for unique retreats and things like that. That's how I grew my net worth by over $1 million in 1 year, last year, okay? Now, I was kind of disappointed in that, by the way, until Matt Monero, my buddy who wrote the book, You Need More Money, said, I'm not giving you a pass on that. You grew your net worth by $1 million in 1 year. That's a good year, okay? We're always hard on ourselves, guys. We're always hard on ourselves. So what's the lesson today? The lesson is this. We drive up our net worth by generating more revenue. We generate more revenue by working the Monster Growth System. And if you want to know more about the system, Legacy Selling, go to my website. You can purchase that as a video. We can become masters at selling something. We then know what our primary hard skill is. We should know our primary hard skill up front. Okay? We go out there and we use that hard skill and we ask who would compensate us at the highest levels for this skill set. We produce enough money that at the end of the month, there's not too much month at the end of the money. There's a whole bunch of money left over at the end of the month. We then reinvest that in 3 places. Back into ourselves, come into workshops, come into coaching programs, learning a skill set. We then reinvest it in our businesses, and then we reinvest it in something that can appreciate in value. We don't buy liabilities, we buy assets. Every single week I come to you guys, I'm coaching you. Monster Producer, I want you to be a legendary creature. Chad Applin, I want you to be a legendary creature. I'm coaching you to get your revenue up by focusing on optimization, connection, selling system, get better at your follow-up, extract tons of referrals out of your current business, okay? Jeff Doherty, I'm ready for you to come on back to Monster Producer, brother. Everybody needs a coach in life, guys. Download this podcast, listen to it every week. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I'm Coach Michael Burt. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life.
I'm here at the Relentless Monster Producer event. It's an intimate event that is like none other I've ever attended. The small group, the stuff we were able to talk about, the interaction between the speakers and the hosts and the guests, and among the guests among each other, is second to none. This is something really, really special. It gives you a chance to really, really dig deep into the issues that are holding you back and things that aren't letting you be the person that you really want to be. You know, I always like to think of myself as, you know, I'm the family member nobody wants in their family, but I'm the family member you need in your family. Well, everybody has to have that one individual in there that kind of gives it to you straight. This is how it is. And we miss that. We really do. We miss the accountability. We miss having someone that tells it like it is.
Well, the first thing I would tell you about working with Tim Grover is he's a world-class person. This is very important. His whole intention on this retreat has been to make sure that people that come to this retreat get their expectations exceeded.
Write 3 things now down that are distracting you from you achieving your goals or whatever you want in life, whatever it may be. If there's one thing that you end up taking out of this event that hits you, you got more than your money's worth, because that's where change starts. It's something you can take and you can use and make it your own. At this type of event, at the Relentless Monster Retreat event, everybody in here got something they could take that can possibly be life-altering to them.